Gene Hackman and his wife.
Gene Hackman and his wife.
Gene Hackman and his wife.
Actor Gene Hackman and his wife.
Breaking news, actor Gene Hackman's cause of death revealed.
Gene Hackman, dead. But that's not the shocking part. The real twist. His wife, Betsy, died a full week before him, and nobody knew. Not even Gene. And the truth behind the death. It's more heartbreaking and more mysterious than anyone could have imagined. Gene Hackman, an icon of Hollywood, was known for roles that defined cinema. From The French Connection to Unforgiven, his legacy is unmatched. But what happened to him and his wife, Betsy, after their final years in New Mexico? It's a story that no one expected, and today, we reveal the devastating details. When news first broke of their deaths, the shock was immediate. But the real tragedy, it wasn't just the loss of a beloved couple. It was the mystery that surrounded their passing. What really happened in that home? How did two lives end so tragically? And most chilling of all, how much did Gene Hackman know? The Santa Fe County Sheriff's Office, along with a medical examiner, took weeks to reveal the full story. It wasn't what anyone had expected. While the world mourned Gene's passing, it was actually Betsy who died first. She passed away on February 11th, a full week before her husband. But that wasn't the full story. What followed was even more devastating. You see, Betsy died from something that most people had never heard of, the hantavirus. It's a deadly disease that affects the lungs and can be fatal. And the worst part? It's contracted from rodents, making it particularly dangerous in areas like the Southwest. Betsy was found in the bathroom of their home, surrounded by prescription medication. But these pills weren't the cause of her death. No, she had been taking them regularly for her thyroid. The real cause was the virus, a tragic reminder of just how vulnerable we are in the most unexpected ways. How could Gene not have known? They were together in that house. Wouldn't he have realized that something was wrong? The answer is more heartbreaking than we can imagine. Gene Hackman, who had been living with advanced Alzheimer's, was in no condition to understand what had happened. In fact, he might not have even realized his wife was gone. Authorities uncovered Gene's pacemaker data, revealing startling details. Gene's heart showed activity on February 17th, 6 days after Betsy passed. But by February 18th, his heart stopped. It was an irregular rhythm, a heart attack. And with no one to help, Gene passed away quietly in the same house where his wife had died. So how does someone live an entire week unaware that their partner has died? With Alzheimer's, it's a painful reality. The disease strips away memory, awareness, and the ability to recognize even the most familiar faces. Imagine living in that haze, unable to connect the dots between what's happening around you. What happens when the mind forgets the most important thing of all? Gene Hackman had a career that spanned decades. He was known for his sharp mind on screen, his wit, his grit. And yet, in his final days, the disease that had slowly taken his memory also robbed him of understanding what was truly happening in his own home. The tragic truth is this: while the world was mourning Gene's death, no one realized the heartbreak he had experienced, living with the loss of his wife, not even knowing it. And the mystery didn't end there. What happened to their dog, Zuma? The pet had recently undergone a veterinary procedure and was found locked in a crate. Was it sick? Did it contract the same virus that killed Betsy? We still don't know for sure. The investigation into Zuma's fate is still pending, but it adds yet another layer to this heartbreaking story. And now, months after the initial shock, we're left to ask, how much of this could Gene have known? How much of it did he truly understand? The answers might never be clear. But what we do know is that this was a tragedy, not just for Gene and Betsy Hackman, but for everyone who admired them. Gene Hackman's legacy as one of Hollywood's greatest actors is undeniable. But this last chapter of his life is a sobering reminder of the silent battles people face, battles that don't make the headlines but are just as heartbreaking. Gene Hackman's passing, along with his wife's, is a story that will stick with us forever. But as we say goodbye to two legends, we should remember the private struggles that often go unseen. Sometimes, the biggest tragedies aren't the ones we see, but the ones we never knew were happening. What do you think? Did Gene Hackman really not know what was happening to Betsy? Could he have been unaware of her passing? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this story moving, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more updates on the latest celebrity news. Until next time, stay curious.